You've grown up beautifully, my daughter.
Thanks, father.
The council and I have been speaking at length about the future of our kingdom. Our alliances must remain strong, especially with Vereen and Solaria's borders tightening.
Okay, what does that have to do with me?
Prince Alaric of Vereen has proposed a union between your houses. He's noble, educated, and the eldest heir to one of the most powerful realms across the sea. The marriage would unite our kingdoms and ensure peace for decades to come.
You mean my marriage?
Of course. You'll meet him officially at the spring gala next month. It's time you take your place beside a man worthy of you and of this crown.
A man worthy of me? Father, you don't even know if he's kind. If he listens. If he...
He doesn't need to be kind. He needs to be loyal.
So that's it? I'm just a tool for loyalty now?
You're a princess. You are not just anything. You are everything this kingdom stands for.
Then maybe I don't want to stand for it.
Watch your tongue.
No, father. You watch yours. You talk about alliances and peace, but none of it means anything if I'm not free. You want to build a kingdom on my silence? On my sacrifice? On my heart?
Enough! Do you think your mother and I married for love? We married for duty. For our people. And because of that, you lived your whole life in peace, under protection, under luxury. That is your duty now, to protect it in return.
You think I owe the world my heart just because I was born wearing a crown, father?
Yes.
Oh. And what if I told you that my heart already belongs to someone else?
Who? Don't tell me it's one of the noble sons. Or worse, the royal guard. You've disgraced yourself.
I've done nothing wrong.
You've fallen for a servant.
He's not just a servant. He's loyal, he's brave,
He's beneath you.
You don't even know him, father.
I don't need to. A man with no title cannot stand beside a princess. You will marry the prince, and this childish infatuation will end.
You think love is childish?
No. I think it's dangerous. You cannot afford to love someone who cannot protect you with power. The world is not kind to women who love freely.
Then I'll make it kind.
You will be reassigned tomorrow. You'll meet Prince Alaric by the end of the week. This discussion is over.
No, father. It's just the beginning. Hey, yeah. Of course you are here. You always are. Honestly, I've been pretending to enjoy the party, but the truth is I can't, think straight, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, are you enjoying the party? Nothing? Oh, okay. Anyways, I know you're on duty, but could you follow me for a moment? Just a moment. I kind of need help with something. I promise it's nothing urgent. I just can't talk about it here. Come on, please. You need to follow my orders. I'm the princess here. Okay, follow me. There, that's better. Finally, quiet. The stars look brighter out here, don't they? And the music, it sounds different from this far away. Softer, less fake. Sorry, I know this is strange, pulling you away from your post like this. You probably think I'm acting childish again. But I couldn't stand in there any longer, pretending everything is fine. The whole night, they've been talking about my future, my duty, my upcoming engagement. And I keep smiling, bowing, doing what's expected. But inside, I feel like I'm disappearing. And then there you are, standing by the door like always. The only thing in that room that felt real. I told myself not to come over, not to drag you into this, but you know me, I've never been very good at obeying rules that hurt. You don't have to stand like that out here, you know. No one's watching, you can breathe. I wanted to tell you something and I didn't want anyone to hear. You've been by my side for years. You've seen me at every ceremony, every council, every celebration like this one. Always guiding, always silent. But I see you too. I see the way your jaw tightens when someone gets too close. The way you always step slightly ahead of me, even when there's no danger. The way your eyes soften for just a heartbeat when we pass in the corridor. I try to hide it, but I notice everything. And maybe that's what scares me the most. How much I've started to depend on you. How much calmer I feel just knowing you're near. My father told me tonight the engagement will be official by next week. Even though I haven't met him yet. I'm to marry the Prince of Farine. He said it would secure the kingdom. That it's best for everyone. Like, what's best for everyone? But how can it be best when it feels so wrong? When the only person I want to see at the end of the aisle is standing in front of me right now. You look shocked. Don't. You must have known. Must have felt it too, even a little. Please don't bow, not right now. Just look at me. You always call me Your Highness, Your Prince, whatever. But tonight I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the king's daughter right now. I just want to be me. Call me Ayu. Not Miss Ayu, not anything, just Ayu. Okay? It's an order. Do you remember the storm last winter? When lightning hit the east tower and I couldn't sleep. You found me wandering the hall with a candle that kept blowing out. You didn't say anything. You just took it from me, held it steady and walked beside me until I was saved. And then you stayed by my door all night. I never told you, but I stayed awake just to listen for your footsteps, because knowing you were there made me feel untouchable. Or untouchable, sorry. You don't protect me out of duty. I know you don't. You do it because you care. And that's what broke me tonight. And my father said you'd be reassigned after the wedding, that I'd need a new guard more suitable for I couldn't breathe. So I came here to find you, to tell you what I should have said a long time ago. I love you. I love you in every way I'm not supposed to. In every stolen glance, every heartbeat that races when you walk past me. I love you in a way that scares me because it's the only thing that feels real. I don't want to marry a man I don't know. I don't want to smile through ceremonies while my heart is somewhere else, and it's with you. You make me feel seen, not as a princess, but as a person. Someone who's allowed to laugh too loud, or trip over her gown, or speak without thinking first. You never flinch when I'm myself, and that's why I can't let you go without telling you this. And I promise you, if they send you away, I'll wait for you. If they replace you, I'll still look for you in every crowd. And if they force me to marry someone else, then at least you know the truth. You are the one thing in this palace that feels alive. You are the only thing I chose for myself. So if this is the last moment we'll ever get like this, let it be honest. I love you more than my crown, more than my title, more than my own name. You don't have to say it back. I just needed you to know. Because if I wake up tomorrow and you're gone, I'll remember this. Your face under the moonlight, the way you're trying not to react, and how just for a second you forgot to call me Your Highness. You don't have to bow, not tonight. Just look at me. That's all I ever wanted. You're still not saying anything. That's okay. You don't have to. I know you're trying to decide what's right, what's allowed, but I don't want you to think about what's right tonight. Just listen to me. Do you ever wonder what it's like being surrounded by people and still feeling completely alone? That's what most days are for me. The servants bow, the guests flatter me with words they don't mean. And yet every time I look at you, it's the only time I feel like I exist. And yet every time I look at you, it's the only time I feel like I exist. You never treat me like a symbol or a statue or something too precious to touch. You just see me. You know, sometimes I walk through the palace and imagine what it would be like if things were different. If I were just a girl and you were just a man, and we met at the market or on a quiet street corner. You'd bump into me accidentally, apologize, and I'd smile. We'd talk about something simple, like flowers, maybe, or the weather, and that would be it. No crowns, no guards, no forbidden rules, just two people learning how to fall in love slowly. But life didn't give me that. It gave me this. A heart I'm not allowed to follow, and a man who doesn't even realize how much he's become the reason I wake up every day. Sometimes I catch myself looking for excuses to see you, asking you to fetch things I don't really need, pretending I'm lost in the library so you'll walk me back to my chambers just to hear your voice or to have you walk beside me for a little longer. It's pathetic, isn't it? A princess making up reasons to chase her own guard. But that's what love does. It humbles you. It turns power into longing. It makes you want nothing more than the simplest things. A look, a touch, a word that feels it too much. You have no idea how many times I've wanted to tell you this before. How many times I opened my mouth and stopped halfway because I was scared. Not of you rejecting me, but of you agreeing, because if you did, if you told me you loved me too, then what would happen? We'd have to hide it. We'd have to carry it like a secret that burns between us every time we pass in the hallway. And I wasn't ready for that. But tonight I couldn't hold it anymore. Every song, every laugh, every fake smile in that ballroom, it all felt like noise. And your silence felt like peace. So I came here. Not that I'm standing in front of you. I don't ever want to go back in there again. I know this puts you in danger. If anyone finds out what I've said, they'll blame you before they even blame me. They'll say you tempted me, that you broke your oath, that you dishonored your post, and that's why I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for dragging you into my feelings, but I can't keep pretending anymore. I can't keep pretending you're just a guard, because you're not. You're the man who makes me feel alive in a world that's already decided who I'm supposed to be. You're the only one who doesn't want anything from me except the truth. Look at me, please. Do you see it in my eyes? The way I can't stop shaking when you're near. The way I keep stepping closer even though I shouldn't. That's not duty. That's not curiosity. That's love. And if it destroys me, so be it. I'd rather fall because I reached for you than live forever behind walls that keep me safe but empty. If I ask you to run away with me right now, if I told you I don't care about the throne or the crown or the laws, would you come? Would you take my hand and never let go? Or would you bow again and tell me you can't? Either way, I'd understand, because even if you walked away tonight and I never saw you again, you'd still have me. You'd still have every piece of my heart that matters. I don't want a kingdom. I don't want titles or duties or glory. I just want peace. And somehow you're the only place I've ever found it. So if you must go, if your orders come at sunrise and I'm not allowed to see you again, remember this: I'll still love you. Through every guard post, every mile, every morning you wake up and wish things had been different, I'll love you from the balcony when I stare at the gates. I love you in silence, the way you always have. And maybe that's enough. Maybe we don't need forever. Maybe we just need this night, this honesty, this moment where you finally know the truth. You can go back if you want. I know you probably should, but if you stay, if you take one step closer, I'll take it as your answer. Either way, you'll always be the one I choose. The one I'll keep choosing even when I'm not supposed to. I know I should stop talking. I can hear my own voice trembling, and still I can't stop. Because if I stop, if the silence comes, then I'll have to face the truth that this, us, can only ever exist in whispers. Sometimes I imagine what you think when you look at me. Do you see a crown, a duty? Or do you ever see the girl underneath the silks and jewels? The girl who forgets to breathe when you bow too deeply. The one who keeps pretending her heart doesn't jump every time your boots echo down the hallway. It's ridiculous, isn't it? There are people in that ballroom who would trade everything to have what I have. Power, luxury, comfort. But none of it means anything when you can't choose who you love. When you can't even touch the person who makes you feel human again. Do you know how many times I've stood behind my balcony curtains just to watch you change shifts in the courtyard? How many times I've traced the shape of your armor from a distance and wonder what your hands would feel like without the gloves? You probably think I'm above such things. Princesses don't dream like that, right? But I do, every night. When I was little, I used to believe that love would feel like music, that it would be grand, shining, and filled with trumpets, but with you, it's kind of quiet. It's the sound of boots on stone, the jingle of a sword, the hush that fills the hall before you speak. It's every tiny moment that no one else notices, and somehow those are the ones I live for. Once, one of the ladies in waiting asked me why I always seemed distracted. I told her I was thinking about the future, but the truth was I was watching you from across the training yard. You were laughing with the other guards just for a second, and the sun hit your hair, and I thought that's what warmth looked like. And I've been chasing that feeling ever since. You must think I'm foolish, don't you? Talking like this, saying all of the things out loud, but I've spent so long staying silent that silence started to feel like a cage, and if I don't let this out now, it'll suffocate me. I know what you're thinking. You're going to tell me it's dangerous, that someone could hear us. Ooh, that the walls have ears. You'll say the word duty, and you'll mean it. But for once, just for this one night, can we pretend that the world belongs to us? That the moon is ours, the garden is ours, and no one can take it away. I want to tell you something I've never told anyone. Every time I walk down those long palace halls, I count my steps. It's silly, I know, but I do it to calm myself. And somewhere along the way I realized I was always counting the steps until I'd see you again. That's what love has become for me. A series of quiet numbers leading back to you. Do you ever wake up in the barracks and think of the sound of my voice? Do you ever feel the same pull in your chest that I do, the one that feels like gravity itself is trying to drag us closer? You wouldn't admit it if you did. You'd bow, you'd say, Your Highness. You'd bury it like you bury every other feeling you're not supposed to have, but I'd know. I'd see it in your eyes the same way I see it now. Look at me. Please. There. That's all I wanted, just for you to look. Do you see how small the distance between us really is? It feels like the entire world, but it's only a few breaths, a few inches, and yet we treat it like a wall we can't cross. I think I hate that more than anything. The way fear steals time. All those moments we could have had if we weren't so afraid. All the words I could have said sooner. All the nights you stood guard outside my door while I sat inside whispering your name into the dark. If I could, I'd take off this crown right now and give it to the sea. I'd trade every jewel in this palace just to know what your heartbeat sounds like up close. I'd give up everything they say makes me royal, if it meant I could be yours. But I can't, can I? That's the cruelest part, Mr. Guard. We can love all we want, but we'll still wake up tomorrow as who we are. You'll bow, I'll smile, and we'll pretend the world is still in order. Maybe that's what I wanted tonight. Because for once I wanted to choose something for myself, even it's only a few hours of truth. No lies, no titles, no pretending, just me and you and the stars pretending not to listen. If you walked closer right now, I wouldn't stop you. I wouldn't even breathe. I'd let the whole kingdom fade away. Because this tiny impossible, forbidden space between us feels more real than anything I've ever known. You're shaking, I can see that. You're not trying to. You're trying not to. And maybe that's why I love you most of all. Because even when you're terrified, you will stay. Promise me something. And that's the prince's order, okay? If they send you away, don't forget the sound of my voice. Don't forget this night. Don't forget that for one brief moment I was yours, even if the world never knows it. We will. We'll know that we found something pure in a place built on power, and lies. And if we ever meet again years from now, when everything's changed, if I see you across a crowd and you can't speak, just touch your hand to your heart once, that's all. I'll know what it means. Look at me, still talking. I told you it would be a moment, and now it's half the night. You must think I'm hopeless. Maybe I am. Hopelessly in love with someone who was never meant to be mine. But do you know what? For the first time in my life, I don't care about what's meant to be. I just care that you're standing here under the same sky, breathing the same air, listening. That's enough. And you don't have to say anything. I just wanted you to hear it from me once that you are loved, completely, quietly, endlessly. And now that you know, maybe I can finally breathe again. Stay until the lanterns go out. Then go back before anyone notices. But when you do, don't bow. Just turn once, look at me. And know that somewhere behind every wall and window of this palace, my heart will still be watching you go. You can go now, Mr. Guard. Oh, I forgot to give you something. Come here. Come here. Yeah, I have something to tell you. A little secret. Come closer. No. Come closer. Don't act shocked. Don't. Look around. Is someone there? No? Okay, come here. It tastes so good. I don't care anymore, Hi. Love isn't always something you get to keep. Sometimes it's the light that shows you who you are. It doesn't always end with forever. Sometimes it ends with honesty, a heartbeat shared beneath the stars, a truth spoken when the world said to stay quiet. And maybe that's enough. Maybe because to love, even once, bravely, openly, is to be alive. So if I have... Sorry, I gave you guys a little blooper there. I'm not deleting that. So, if anyone ever asks what happened to the princess and her guard, tell them this. She found her freedom in a whisper. He found his courage in her eyes, and together for one night they chose truth over duty, and that was their happily ever after. But what happened next, that's up to your happily ever after.